Good day, everyone. Welcome to BST African Electronic Surgery, and it's still Thursday. So, what do we have on a Thursday? We have this HP ProBook 645G1. The laptop came in as no power, no power, no any sign of life. So, we have to see what's going on here. So, what will we check first? We check the charger voltage. Okay, yeah, that's good. We have to check the charger. After we have satisfied that the charger is good, we'll move on to checking on the motherboard. But let's use a different approach today. We'll use a power supply. Let's be pro. No fixing laptops with chargers anymore. We'll try to pay attention to the power supply. So I'll connect this to the power supply. The power supply is set on 19 volts, 3.2 amps. Check there, 19 volts, 3.2. So I'll plug in here. That's the charger. I'll connect minus to minus and red to plus. Check on the power supply. There's voltage drop to 1.9 and it's taking 3.2 amps. So for sure, the main 19 volts power rail is missing. Why? Because something is interrupting the main 19 volts power rail and is shorted to ground. So for sure, we have a short there. Let's check with the multimeter. If the plus and the minus are beeping together, check on the multimeter, 0, 0. So the main 19 volts power rail is shorted to ground. Soon as I connect to the power supply, there's voltage drop to 1.9 and it's taking max current, which is 3.2 amps. So what can be shorted? Because this looks like it's a strong short. Let me check the resistance of the plus to ground. Like 0 ohms. 0 ohms resistance can be a capacitor or a MOSFET or a chip. But let's see. Let's see. Let's see. So I take out the back cover. Here we have some coils. That's the RAM. 4 gig DDR3. Network card, fan, hard drive, the processor. Yeah, that's the processor. And it's that kind of processor with the Intel graphics. We do have graphics inside of this processor. Okay. Here, maybe you can see, we do have those capacitors, those ones, and those ones, and they are connected on the main 19 volts power rail. Let me check those capacitors. 0. This one is reading 0. This one is 0. This one is 0. So what can be shorted here? 0 ohms, the other side of the capacitor 0 ohms. So yeah, this is a very strong short. 3.2. Let's lower the voltage. Maybe you can see something before opening the whole laptop. That's what happens if you are lazy. You try to do shortcuts first. Who knows, maybe it works. So let's see. 3.223 here, 3.22 here, 3.22. Okay. So you know, I hate the Pro Book style. We do have too many screws here. Okay, let's start taking out some things. We don't have plan. Let's start taking out some things. We don't have option here. Taking out the heat sink. See that the processor, the power supply for the processor, the vehicle power supply. Okay. This capacitor looks weird. Maybe we are lucky today. Maybe you can see this. We do have two capacitors here. Ceramic capacitors. You know, the ceramic capacitors, they are connected on the input of every switching power supply on a laptop, just to prevent spikes from the main 19 volts power rail to the power supply. Maybe it's a RAM power supply for 1.5 volts or anything. So there's a capacitor which looks weird here. Here, I think maybe we're lucky. Maybe we are lucky. Or we can go under microscope. So let's see now. Let's go under microscope. 1 second. Let's go under microscope. And that's the motherboard. We have those coils for the processor. And next to the coils, we have some MOSFETs. And check here. What do you think about this capacitor? What do you think about this? What do you think about this? This is a blown up capacitor. So let's take down this capacitor quickly. Let's take down this capacitor quickly. Quickly. capacitor is out. The next thing, let's check for short. There's no more short here. So check on the capacitor. That's our capacitor. You can hear the beeping of the multimeter. You hear the multimeter is beeping. So the capacitor is gone. The capacitor is gone. Maybe we can just clean up the area. And we're done. We are done. We are done. Let's see now. Are we lucky or not? Are we lucky or not? Let's put back. Where did I put the heat sink? Where did I put the heat sink? This one. Let's see. Maybe we're lucky. Maybe we're lacking. The thermal paste still looks good here. Because there's no more short anymore. I pray this to be only the fault. Because today I'm kind of lazy. So I just pray for this to be the only fault. So now, let's pay attention to the power supply. Do we still have a short? 19 volts. 19 volts, the same amperage. Let's connect the power supply again and see what kind of current. Do we still have voltage drop? It's taking like 13 milliamps, you can see, which is fine for standby current. Okay. So, do you think it's now working? Do you think we now have a working laptop? Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. On. It's not turning on. Let's raise the current. 3.9 amps. Let's try to power on again. On. You know what I think? Because on HP, pay attention to the power supply. The HP charging port, yes, plus pin and minus pin. and the middle pin, which is there to identify the charging current, and is communicating with the BQ chip, which is being managed by the controller. So probably we can't power on this laptop with a power supply. So let me look for a charger, and we'll come back for testing. I found the charger. That's the charger. Let's check the charger voltage. Volts. $19.64. You can see on the screen. Let's try to power on this laptop. I see the indicating light here on. You can see the light. And we have picture. It's working. I can't believe that was just a fried capacitor. It's working. Let's wait. So I just stuck on the fan is spinning. You just start on HP log. Okay. Let me disconnect the hard drive. Maybe something is not right with the hard drive. So basically, you can see, please install operating system on your hard disk. So I'm 100% sure our laptop is working fine, but something is not right on the hard drive. So I'll stop this video now. Like, subscribe, don't forget to turn on the notification for future updates. See you on the next replay. Bye. At least you have learned something. You can't power on HP laptops with a power supply. Why? Because there are 3 pins there, and the power supply is using 2 pins, plus and minus. Here we have the middle pin, which is there to identify the charging current and is communicating with the BQ chip together with the microcontroller. So we can't fool the power supply to start on the motherboard, on the HP motherboards. It's good to know. So with the power supply we can't power it on, but with the charger our laptop is still on. So yeah, that's the thing. See you on the next one. Bye.